Bonnie, we have to introduce you. Okay. Allie Mae. We're here with Allie Mae.
What up?
We're sitting on the couch. We're in the madhouse. Pop us a fucking
it's
like.
Mad as
Pop
hell
us a
in here.
fucking subscribe. It's getting mad.
Yeah.
And we have a little intro for you, and you're gonna read it out loud.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Basically, wrote you a late night set.
Does it?
If you need to.
Good afternoon, Madhouse fam. My name is Bonnie McFarlane. I'm from Alberta, Canada, aka the motherfucking Sticks.
Hey.
I know you can't believe my ass was raised on a farm because I'm fucking gorgy. And gorgy doesn't sound good, I gotta say.
I know, isn't it so gay to say?
It sounds
Every time I say it, I'm like,
Yeah.
gorgy girl.
Enlightened and chic. But it's true. I potty trained in a freaking hole in the ground. JK. Or am I? Now I'm a city slicker, and by city I mean New Jersey, where I live with my beloved child. Okay, that's wrong. And weirdo husband. That is correct. Rich boss. I've sold movies. I've written a book. I am a touring comedian, and they say women aren't funny.
Oh, see how I shouted out your stuff at the end?
Yeah.
I'm so good at this.
Yeah.
I'm so good at this.
It's just funny. You're like sitting there thinking like, God, I wrote that really well. And I'm sitting here being like, I can read.
Yeah.
Very well.
You're like, I am good.
I didn't fuck up one time on that.
Wait, I forgot. I have to tell you guys an insane story.
Let's hear it.
Today, I was coming to this studio to record this episode.
What is this, the Joker? Okay, sorry. I didn't see it, but I heard it was a musical. Okay, go ahead.
The Joker 2.
The Joker, a do or whatever.
It's like you don't even know like what the series is even
Do a
about.
toi? Do a boo?
Boo boo ba.
That did do.
The Joker 2 goo goo ga.
Joker made no money?
Lady Gaga bad. Okay, anyway, well, now, should I tell the story?
Todd Phillips. What happened?
I forgot what I was telling. So I was walking here.
Crazy story.
I was walking here.
Look at how crazy that is.
Oh my God,
There's no
that's insane.
peanut butter
There's
there.
no peanut butter in her cup.
I'm freaking
Look at
out.
this.
There's no peanut butter in my cup.
Literally looks like a sectional couch at an airport. Like a weird little...
Reese's,
Dude.
you owe me money.
Okay, so listen to this.
Yeah.
I'm walking to this very studio from the train.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
1 avenue away.
Yeah.
Guess what? You know what? I said I'm going to smoke a little bit of a J.
Oh, shit.
Because, yeah.
You got a lot on your plate.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to walk in the studio. I want to relax. I want to say hi to my friends. I want to say and sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can't. No, I can do that without weed. I have low. What's it called?
Listen,
impulse control.
sometimes you need your dopamine receptors hit a little harder than other times.
Dope. You mean? So yeah, I was hitting the dope. Now listen to this. I had my wired headphones in because I think I lost my big ass fucking noise control headphones. Fuck me in the ass. I hate losing shit, and yet it happens once a week with large items. My cat.
Oh,
what?
shit.
No, I'm kidding.
Damn, I lost my baby.
I hate when I lose stuff.
I will say this. I've lost my purse before where I'm like, how? It's 90 pounds. Sometimes you're like,
to this day, you're
I'll
like,
be
where the
halfway
fuck
home
did it
and I'll be
come?
like, my backpack.
Yes, I know. Shit,
It's like,
God, fuck me in the ass. My dad lost car keys once when I was in like 4th grade, and he still talks about it to this day. Like they haunt him. Yeah, and he tore up someone's place looking for them.
Yesterday, I was halfway to my acupuncturist appointment, and I realized I had Rich's keys with me.
No.
But he goes, "You're so dizzy." He always calls me dizzy. You're a dizzy broad.
That's a vintage little slam.
Yeah.
You're getting dizzy again, Bonnie.
He goes, he always goes, this is anybody he talks to, he goes, this is how she is.
Yeah. Dizzy is cute as fuck. It's like, oh, Tinseltown star.
Yeah.
Well, I'm dizzy again.
I'm a little dizzy.
I just have to lay
Yeah.
I got too many things on my mind.
Rich confronts you about your Amazon fucking spending habit, and you're like, I'm getting a little dizzy.
Oh, please bring me a 12-inch cigarette. Okay, so speaking of la la la,
Try not to interrupt.
I'm walking down the street. No, I have my headphones on, and they're wires, so I've turned that shit up. And you know, some of those wired headphones, it just blares.
Only one ear ever works.
Loud, I know, right? Loudest thing in the world. So I was blaring music because I wanted to think about Halloween, be like, yo, episode came out today, and maybe Allie and I were going to do Thriller or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
This was eons ago, 2 hours. So I was playing Thriller. I was like, oh, we could do a little, like, lip sync the werewolf. Like,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm like, walking down 14th, I got a J. I'm like, hey, weather's great. I got my new Gap button up.
Yeah. You're looking good.
I could not be like more looking through my eye holes.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, a guy's walking next to me, like a fat ass, like white gay, Lulu gay.
Fat and prancy?
Lululemon gay.
Wow.
And he's like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, blah! You know how when someone scares you and your blind, the horse blinders are off and they're,
Yeah.
like that's and in my head immediately, because it's happened before with my headphones on, I thought it was someone saying, are you Maddie Smith? I know you're not supposed to.
Right.
But it happened yesterday. I was talking to my manager on the street. Someone was like, Maddie, love your show. And I'm like, what's up? So in my head, I'm like, hey.
Right.
Huh? And then I see he's angry. I'm like, huh? And he's like, you blew that right in my face.
Oh.
And I was like, but were you walking right behind me? And he's
A
like,
lot of people would appreciate that.
Yeah.
First of all of New York
My
City is a
baby.
hot box. It's like, how are you getting around it otherwise?
Yeah.
imagine you're listening to this Thriller,
Kiss.
11 out of 10 on the volume, and a motherfucker tells you blew weed in his face.
God damn.
By the way, we're on a sidewalk that's so extra wide, extra wide, and he's right behind me. There's no one on the sidewalk. You blew that right in my face.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, now you could walk
Maddie Smith.
anywhere you want on this sidewalk. And he's like, no, don't even, because you blew that right in my face, and I do not want to.
Oh my
and now
God.
It's like the angry gay with a fat ass,
Right.
like walking like on his heels, like like Chelsea gay, right? Like coming back from a fucking psycho Orange Theory bar, probably.
One of the gays that don't have sex, low testosterone.
The gays
Yeah.
that don't have sex, and they're basically just white women because
Yes.
they all have Stanley cups.
Right.
That's
And
so
like
funny.
they're on TikTok, like,
just
oh, I'm
white
eating
women.
cottage cheese and mustard because someone on TikTok told me to. Like they're just the same as.
Yeah.
To me,
Right,
it's like
right,
they're useless. I'm like, this used to be a city of bohemians, and now I'm like enjoying.
right.
I said, oh my god, I was like kind of like what? And I was like, well, you're walking away, all good. These two girls in front of me, they were probably like 4, and they're like, what's going on?
Blow it in
And
our
he was
face.
like, I was like, well, it is legal, and he was like, no, it is not. So don't even do that to me.
Oh my
Oh
God,
my
it's
God.
not.
Psycho.
But then I was like, wait, isn't it though?
I think
it is.
I was
Maybe
like, well,
it's
yeah, it
not
is.
legal to just be smoking it in a public place. Like you couldn't just drink
Oh,
a
I
beer
understand.
down the street.
Understood.
I don't know.
But everyone says to
I'm
smoke
not
outside.
trying to be on his
Everyone says to
side.
smoke outside.
Yeah.
You smoke
Yeah.
outside.
I guess I don't know.
You smoke outside.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker was like about to top me with his cock, with how
Right.
close he was. He was like
Right.
wanted to rear end me
right.
on my tail,
You should have said.
wide ass sidewalk,
It's so,
You should have
fat
said.
ass, like
Fuck off,
and he wasn't
bro.
even fat, but just like the ass was like,
The ass had its own personality.
yeah, the ass was like. When do you start at comedy? You did your first set in Vancouver, Canada.
Yes. Oh yeah,
That's
that's
what
right.
your
I thought it
Wikipedia
was Toronto,
says.
But yeah.
It
You're
said
right.
that
You're
said
right.
that you won top new comedian in Canada.
I was the funniest new comedian in Canada. It was a contest. I won it right away. I started. Boom.
Boom, let's
Boom,
rock.
boom, boom.
Let's rock.
Go. Let's
Funniest comedian in Canada.
Funniest new comic.
Okay,
in
sorry.
Canada. But
Yeah.
I remember doing an interview right after that, and I think back to this interview all the time because I said such stupid.
What do you
things
mean?
in it.
What year was it?
This is in the 90s.
Okay.
So,
So comedy is, underground still. We're a little bit of a boom.
there was not that many women doing it that I recall. I remember a woman coming up to me at a club once right after I won that contest and being like, "You're not funny.
Oh my
I'm
God.
funnier than you are. I'm a better writer than you are, but
So-
you're just prettier than me."
Yeah.
You're like, I know.
I was like this. I was like,
Oh my God.
okay.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know how to react at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't think at all that it was because of that. I truly thought in my heart of hearts that I was funnier than I didn't know what she did exactly. But
Right, yeah.
But now I see some young hot comedians and I go, oh, maybe that was me.
Yeah, right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like, and they're thinking the same thing I was thinking.
Yes.
Which
Right.
was,
No, I'm funny.
I am good. Every man I meet tells me that I am.
I have so many guys who want to write with me.
Yeah. Well, because the thing was,
They always invite
They
you to
want to put their
write.
pencil in my notebook.
Nobody ever invites
very
me.
young when I started, and
Like what are you, 22 or something?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was about 24.
and I started going on the road right away. Right away. And it is true that I don't remember there being, it wasn't like this. I don't remember there being like women my age around at all, ever.
Yeah.
And I wrote a book about it. You can read the book. It's called You're Better Than Me. But
Yeah, and it's published by Nancy Bourdain.
yes, right.
So, if you guys care.
If you want to just read the foreword.
If you have no reservation. Yeah.
that's okay.
Shout out Another Man.
Yeah.
If you have no
You noticed.
reservations, pull through
Yeah.
to Bonnie's book. R.I.P.
But I feel like I started going on the road right away. I don't know what I was doing.
What
I
were
don't
you doing?
know.
Were you headlining or were you opening for
No,
people?
I was opening for these men would just ask me to
Okay,
go
yeah,
on the road with them.
boom,
and-
immediately they're like, yo, yo, yo.
Yes.
Bonnie, come through.
Yes.
That happened to me early on.
yes.
Has
never
Very-
happened to me
Pull through.
once.
Well, we'd have to drive. It was Canada. You'd have to drive to the
Yeah,
to
you
the
have to drive
gigs.
everywhere, yeah.
So you'd be in a car for 8 hours
Right.
with this. I pretended to sleep all the time.
That's
People were
so
like,
funny.
"Do you have a
Yeah.
disorder?" I just
Yeah.
lay there, but I'd write jokes in my head or
Yeah.
like movies in my
Or
head.
just like avoid talking to them.
One
at all
time I was
costs.
reading the paper and the guy got so mad.
Really?
He was like, "That is so fucking rude."
Because he was driving?
Yes.
Or you were reading the paper
no,
while driving?
I was driving.
You want to know something?
He got so mad.
He was,
I was
so
like,
mad,
okay.
and he was like, "You got to read stuff out of the paper that you find interesting out loud. Otherwise, you're an asshole." And I was like,
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I
had a boyfriend who would get mad at me if I was on my phone while he was driving.
"Oh, right,
Like, Maddie, come on. I have to drive. You should pay
right,
attention.
right."
yeah. Well, I just drove a
Rich
comedian.
is a little like that. Where I'm like,
I know. I'm like, fuck. I didn't mean to interrupt. Keep going.
No. I mean, I just drove a comedian last week, and I had the thing where he got in the car. He gets in the car, and he immediately goes, "I'm just gonna make a bunch of phone calls." And I was like, "Oh, okay." He made one phone call, and then was off the phone. So I'm, just trying to make conversation. Be a normal human being.
Hour drive or so?
It ended up being a 3.5 hour drive because of the
Wow.
crazy ass traffic. I tried to
Damn.
recommend
God.
leaving at 4 to avoid all this, but he didn't want to.
Oh my God.
And-
he fucked you.
Yes.
He fucked you.
He
'Cause
fucked
you're the
me.
one driving.
Right.
And everybody knows you leave after 4 for New Jersey, you're screwed.
You are screwed. We spent 40 minutes at one traffic light. So to try to get into the Holland Tunnel, I am not
my
joking.
God, yeah, no, I've been there.
I
yeah.
wanted
Kate.
to, if I had a gun, I would have blown my brains out right there.
Right after his.
And he treated me like I was a Bangladeshi Uber driver that didn't speak English, and he refused to talk to me. He started.
Wait, was he a headliner?
He was the headliner.
of the show she
Oh, right.
She
So
runs.
you were
Yeah.
bringing him from New York to the show in
Yeah.
New Jersey.
He fell asleep.
Oh God, I gotta know. Look up who was the last on the show.
Well, we get pretty messy on this pod.
And he's been on the
Might as
pod.
well-
He's
might as-
been on the
he's
pod,
been on the
too.
pod. He's been on the pod, and he's also done my show at the Stand. And I thought we were cool, but I guess we were not. And anything that I tried to say to start a conversation, I would get a very delayed or like. Yeah, like
That's how I am when I'm getting my hair cut.
so right, exactly. But like I was being like a paid
Right.
servant that you don't want to interact with.
Right.
He fell asleep. He
Yeah, I
woke.
live around here.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
I
handing
never-
out candy, I guess,
Yeah.
when the kids come.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe just hang out with friends. I always look so ugly too. I'm like,
always go-
It's like Saturday morning. I always look like shit. Like,
What are you doing this weekend?
I'm like,
Probably
I
nothing.
will just like relax.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. This motherfucker fell asleep.
Wow, it looks really good. How long do you want it? Do you want me to cut it shorter or no? Whatever you want.
Please stop talking.
Please, I beg of you.
Just do anything.
I beg of you.
Get me out of the chair. Yeah, he fell asleep, woke up. We were still at the same traffic light. He was pissed, ripped open a bag of baby carrots, proceeded to chew them like a horse, cow, pig fuck.
And don't mess with Allie.
Do not. I'm sorry, but I cannot
Don't mess with
do
Allie
this.
and chewing. I tried to
misophonia.
as a bit chew sweet green sourdough bread really loudly to make her laugh, and she was like, "Stop!"
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, I'm gonna kill you.
A little misophonia
I can't
vibes.
do the.
You know? Yeah, so he was munching on
He
the baby
was.
carrots.
It was.
So he's Jewish?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
I live with
Yeah.
one. He's like,
Half.
it was Larry David.
Half. But he seems to be
Larry David.
chewing the carrots in a way to let me know that he was angry. Like it was like extra aggressive.
Oh, he was being aggressive.
Yeah. He then
Passive
also
aggressive, I guess.
proceeded to unpack.
Did he offer you any carrot?
No,
No,
not a
carrot.
single.
Nary
Not
a
even not even a. Hey, do you want to smell
You're
the carrot?
a writer, aren't you?
Through and through.
Yeah.
Hemingway, Fitzgerald, even like Bukowski, I love. Okay, so you have an older sister, 2 younger brothers. Now,
No, I have 2, all older sisters, 4 girls. Yeah,
Really?
all ladies.
a
yeah.
little young lady family.
Yes.
Little
yes.
women.
Yes.
Little women.
Yes.
And she's Joe.
Yes.
She's Joe.
Yes,
the one
I'm
who's like,
the
"I'm
creator.
about-
Oh, I got it right.
Joe, I got it right. Pick me.
Bonnie milks
Yeah.
cows.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I had a cow.
Yeah.
I owned a cow.
Owned a cow. Just one? They're very
Well,
social.
my family owned a lot of cows,
So you grew up on a dairy farm.
but I personally, my dad gave me a cow for
Okay.
my 10th birthday,
Oh my God, I'm going to cry.
which I
Maddie,
Was
if you
there a
read
bow
the
on
book,
her?
you would know all about.
Sorry, Allie.
it's such a dumb
She's late 'cause
story.
she's reading
but
the book.
If you want to know the story,
I want to know the story. You know, my
okay,
dad
so-
grew up on a dairy farm, so
he did.
Yeah.
So, my dad, I don't know why this happened, but my dad gave all of us girls a cow on our 10th birthday. You could take the cow or you could take the money. And all my sisters who are older than me took the money. $600 or whatever.
Really?
Deposited right
I'll be
into
taking the
their
cow.
account. I don't know why, but I took the cow. My dad tried to talk me out of it.
Right.
So then we walked out into the field for me to pick my cow. Guess what I did, bitches? I picked a pregnant cow. Didn't even know it. I
didn't even know
just
it.
picked the fattest one.
So
I
then
just
you got the
picked
whole
big-
family.
So then my cow had a calf, and then I got to milk the cow. I had an ice cream business. Look at
Yeah,
Vegan.
It's fucking
cute.
incredible.
I made a lot of fucking money.
Really?
Yes,
What was
that's
the
how I
business
got out
called?
of the town.
Oh, what?
Yes,
Really?
Yes,
And
for
what was it called?
like 2 or
Bonnie's-
3 summers,
Bonnie's-
I had a very
Bonnie's ice cream?
thriving ice. I mean, I didn't have a name for it, but people would call. Like I'd
Okay,
sell
you
it
have
at
a
the
homemade,
farmers
yeah.
market.
Oh, okay.
And then people would call the house, and I order up certain amounts, and I didn't have any overhead. You know,
Yeah,
Right.
Just you.
And an ice cream maker, or did you just turn that shit?
no, it was an ice cream
A little maker and put it into pints?
and put it into like
That's incredible.
old cottage cheese containers or whatever.
Wow.
And was this? Did you? What's the process called? The milk that we drink. Yeah.
No,
did
no
you-
pasteurization.
No pasteurization.
No, just pure
Just
raw
milk.
fucking milk.
Raw milk ice cream.
I mean,
my
it really
Gwyneth Paltrow shit.
Yeah.
did taste good. So at the farmers market, they would let people cruise around the farmers market until 4 or 5, whatever it was when it opened, right? So they'd just look around and see what they would. But what started happening is people would line up at my table. So they had to make a rule where they weren't allowed in the actual
Yeah.
farmers market area until the time, and then people would stampede over to my table, and I would sell out in like 5 or 10 minutes.
No
it was like,
way.
Oh my God, the sound effect of
What was your
feet
fl-
on the pavement.
Yeah. what was your flavor?
But I just started off with like regular vanilla, maybe strawberry, but then I like started getting crazy. You know?
Damn.
My mom would,
Supply was low out there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ice cream!
I know.
Yeah.
It was like pretty wild.
And so that was 90s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Cute girl selling ice cream.
Cute girl selling
Probably
ice
had
cream.
a lot of pedophiles on the line.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because you were probably, what were you doing, pigtails? You probably had little tiny shorts on.
Probably. I don't remember.
No bra.
No bra.
I know. I think
No
I had
bra,
short hair
no
with half it
panties.
shaved. That was my high
Half
school
of it
look.
shaved?
You know, like I had like
Shaved ice.
you know, I don't know. It was like swooped over, and then this side was shaved up.
Yeah.
Had some like arrows drawn.
That's
in the
interesting.
sides.
That's like a very gay, like that's a lesy thing to
Very
do.
lesy.
She's like
very
Rosie the
lesy.
Riveter.
But you're
Yeah.
not remotely lesy.
I mean,
In
maybe
real life.
remotely, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remotely.
I did
Like
not
at
know
home, she
this.
watches girl porn. At
I
home.
mean,
Yeah, I think
remote.
all women watch girl
she's
porn though.
She's lesbian remote.
like-
She's a
yeah.
work from home lesbian.
I'm a work from home lesbian.
Yeah.
I've had a few little thingies. I've had a few black beans.
I only do refried. Listen, I mean like women.
Alkaline.
Yeah,
It's
alkaline.
fine.
Yeah, as long as that pussy tastes like glacier water. You know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you sold your. That's how you got out of town. You saved enough money from selling the ice cream, and then you went to Vancouver, Toronto.
Then I went. Well, I first went to Victoria,
Yes.
which is on Victoria Island. Then I went to Vancouver. Then I went
Okay.
to Edmonton. Then I went to Toronto. Then I
What?
went to New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were all over Canada
Yeah.
before coming to NYC.
Yeah.
And then you came to NYC and
Yeah.
tore through the fucking place.
Then I moved to Harlem when I first got
Really?
here.
And then you saw your first
So
black
this
people.
guy contacted me. Yes.
We're not in
So this
Canada
guy
anymore.
contacted me. I didn't even know to be racist. Until
Hey,
much
guys.
later.
Yeah.
It
People
took
were
me,
telling you like,
almost
hey, we're
5
supposed to
or
hate
10
them.
years.
Yeah. You're like, wait,
Yeah.
why? They're so nice.
Right.
What? They yell nice things to me about my body.
What up, Snowboy?
I thought Shorty was just my nickname. It took me a while. So I was in Toronto, and this manager started contacting me,
Oh, okay.
and
Little industry poll.
yeah, and I just ignored him because I didn't even know what a manager was. I
Right.
remember another comedian trying to explain it to me, and I was like, that sounds fishy as hell.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? When you try to say it. Well, you know, they kind of set you up for.
Yeah, it does sound super suspicious.
You can like text them whenever you want.
Like an agent, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I get
I know,
that.
yeah, agent
But a
makes
manager's
total
like,
sense.
well, they're just trying to make sure that your career is going in the direction that you want it to go, and you're like, can't I do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually think I do it better than
So-
anyone else.
I ignored him, but then I decided I wanted to get on Caroline's Comedy Hour.
Yes, which was what was
which was
that?
the last season of the show.
And where did it air?
in
On
New
cable?
York City. So this is how I got to New York. And
Did it air on cable? Caroline's Comedy Hour, or was it? Like
I was at
Gotham,
someone's
Access?
house when it was on, and I was like,
Okay.
what is this show? And they were like, oh, this is whatever.
So those
Caroline's.
little 10-minute sets within.
Yes,
Or
it was
cute.
like, yes, it
I
was
want to
like
get on
a,
Caroline's Comedy Hour.
So,
Well,
so then I called,
R.I.P.
Fuck.
I called Caroline's, the club,
Okay.
not knowing.
The landline.
And yes, just called them up,
Yeah.
and then,
Well, hello, it's Bonnie McFarlane. I'm living in Toronto. I'd love to move to the big city and be on Caroline's Comedy Hour.
please reverse the charges. So I called them and I was like, I want to do, so whoever answered, I just go, I want to do Caroline's Comedy Hour. And they're like, they didn't know what I was talking about. I go, who books the TV,
TV
show?
show,
Is
yeah.
there a TV show
That's
there?
funny. Like at the Cellar, Comedy Central
Yeah.
presents at the Cellar.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
thing was, the guy who booked the TV show he was the booker of
Yes.
Caroline's. It just so happened in this particular case, it's the same guy. So they put me through to this guy, right? So I get on the phone with this guy.
Bonnie, this has vibes of like Seinfeld doing a set at Stand Up New York
is
and
so
then being like,
crazy.
you want to go up next weekend? Show up.
Yeah, no,
Well,
but
show up.
Marvelous Miss
this
Maisel.
gets so
Marvelous
fucking-
Miss
Miss
McFarlane.
Maisel.
Yeah, I know. So
So he said, come on down.
first of all, I have my comedy notebook open because I'm
Oh,
thinking they
he's gonna say-
probably want me to do some time.
Like on the phone?
That's hilarious. That's amazing.
Well, show us what you got,
I
kid.
was like nervous to call. I was like, okay,
That's so funny.
Get ready.
Yeah,
Oh, here
yeah.
we go. So I call. You think I just call the manager guy?
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I call the guy. So I'm talking to the guy on the phone, and he's being very
I
funny,
know the
charming.
manager could have done this all for you, but here you are.
no, here I am.
Joke book out.
I call myself, and I'm the manager and I were getting along pretty good. The booker guy, of Caroline's, and he starts asking me what I look like, how old I am. He goes, "Are you cute?" I go, I don't have a full length mirror, but I've been told.
Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie.
Oh yeah. I would have been like, not really. Is that okay?
No, I was like,
myself.
I was like on a date. That's how I felt. Like I was like,
I mean, they're still doing this today.
Yeah.
This is still their process today.
What color are
they
your
can just look at your.
panties?
I know. I was red. So he goes, okay.
I make ice cream too.
Exactly as I thought in my head that it would happen.
Yes.
He goes,
Did he ask
I
about your
have
tits?
some workers fixing my ceiling right now in my office. He goes, I'm going to put you on speaker. He goes, if you can make them laugh, I'll put you on the show.
Oh
way.
my God.
So you were right.
Yeah. I knew it was going to happen. I was like, ready. I swear to God, I didn't.
So I'm from Canada.
Yes.
Or as other people say, up there.
Yeah.
Oh, what a good crowd. What a good crowd.
That was my first
I know
job.
what you're thinking.
But I also did a little crowd work. Like I remember,
Nice,
I heard
yeah.
them as soon as I
Hey,
heard them
guys.
laughing. I
Yeah.
started talking about what they're going to do in the office.
Hilarious.
It starts-
Murdering.
Yeah, I'm connecting.
You're twisting the cord of the phone around you.
Yes.
Well,
I had a cordless. I had a cordless.
Twirling.
But I wasn't like
Yeah.
pacing or anything. I was just sitting on the edge of my bed,
Right.
Yeah.
doing it.
I know.
And then he goes, I'm going to give you the show.
Oh my God.
I'm going to give you the
way.
show.
No
I go,
way.
great. I'm like, of course. I knew that's what was going to happen. He goes, how are you going to get here? I was like, I don't know. He goes, do you know anyone in New York? I go, no. He goes, do you have a manager? I go, yeah, I do. I find the piece of paper. The guy had written me an actual
Right.
fucking letter.
And you almost
I
burned
go,
it.
give me a minute. I find this letter. I tell him
She's
the
got
guy's name.
papers.
Yeah.
And
Old.
he knows the
JK.
guy. He knows the guy. And you know who the
What?
guy is? Yes.
Who's the guy? Barry Katz.
It's God, what's his name? He's Joe Rogan's manager.
What?
Yes. Sussman, Jeff Sussman.
No way.
It's the guy is Jeff Sussman.
He didn't end up being your manager though?
He
You
did, but we ended up
Oh, so he was
parting
sus.
ways.
He was sus?
He really didn't like my comedy.
Really?
Turns out, yes.
But it's so funny.
So
It's
but-
very
So
it's
on
very,
what
like,
basis did he want to manage you?
So basically what happened, no, he told me
She had
later
nice tits.
that the
Got
reason
enough.
he
everything but what you're doing
sent
up there
me-
is good.
Yeah.
No, I really was
If
one
I
of
could
these
just look
girls
at you
that we
and
hate now,
press
but
mute.
because I had won that contest, so I didn't know this, but they had written a little article about me in a magazine that they had distributed at one of the Montreal comedy festivals.
Oh, okay.
And so there was a little thumbnail picture of me in that magazine. I didn't know that at the
blurb.
time. I never saw it. I still don't know what the thing was. But he said he saw that picture of me, and that's when he wrote me the letter
Got it.
to manage
You had a
me.
little heat.
Gotcha.
I guess I had a little heat from winning that contest.
Yeah.
And so then I said, oh, my manager's Jeff Sussman. He was like, I know the guy. This is great. We'll figure it out. They got me a lawyer so that I could get my immigration status figured
Wow.
out to come do the show.
Okay, so you definitely had a little bit of hot privilege, I think.
I
Yeah,
mean, the guy,
I'm like,
listen to me,
damn.
it wasn't a fucking FaceTime call. The guy.
I know, but she did well on the phone. She could have
Yeah,
been
yeah.
I could
800
have shown
pounds.
up.
True,
Yes,
that's true.
right. It's all up here,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, she
you know.
conveyed it like listening to Delilah. She
And
sounds hot as fuck.
What's
Delilah
going to
does-
make
Yeah.
this story resonate with people is I bombed terribly on the show.
Oh no! Damn. Yeah, I guess you never really brought up how I never really heard of it, and you never brought up how it went. So there's subtle foreshadowing right there.
I'll tell you how bad
So I got
went.
it, but
Well, because it was shocking to do stand up in New York. It was all very overwhelming. At the end of the day, I didn't realize, even just going and getting my hair and makeup done, I started
Yeah.
going like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like,
Oh my God.
this is a real thing that I'm doing. And I got very nervous. And anyway, so I didn't do very well. And afterwards I was crying
cried. I would
in the
cry too.
in the bathroom or the green room. And they were like, hey, I guess that they waited till the end of the show to do it where you had to come out on stage and smile and laugh. And that's the thing they did for at the beginning of the show, you know, where they would be like, and Bonnie McFarlane.
Yeah.
You know, and be like,
Oh yeah.
You go out crying.
And so I came out. The makeup lady was standing there when I came out of the bathroom. She goes, "Oh shit!
Oh my God."
And so they did a little thing, and then
Were they,
went
like,
out
comforting
there.
you, too? I
and
like
then
a
you
nice-
know when you're crying, you can't smile.
I know.
It's so hard.
You're
And the
like-
guy who was doing the cameraman was like, "Just a few seconds. It's all we need." Yes.
And like after something like that, all that build up too, I would have been like, and the weird like gas you take when you.
Well,
1000%.
it was because the other thing was that okay, so I tried to get to New York. First, I was taking a bus.
Oh my God.
And I got turned away at the border.
No
I had to
way.
go back. And then, because they were like, why are you going? And I only got a bus ticket for one way because it wasn't any cheaper to get.
Right.
So, but then that sort of suggested that I was going to New York and never coming back.
Right.
And I was like, I'll come back. There was no advantage
I'm
to
a little
getting
lady.
a round
Yeah.
trip.
Right.
You know, it's the same price. So then I had to go back.
Because you think you're gonna land, do Caroline's, and then get SNL.
Well, I didn't. I actually thought I was going to take a bus back, but I didn't know exactly when or
Right.
whatever. I was meeting Jeff Sussman for the first time,
Right.
sight unseen. He was picking me up, and he convinced me to stay at his house. And the way that he convinced me was he put his fiance on the phone, and I talked to her for like half an hour, and then
my
I was
God.
like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, there's a girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Giselle. Her name was, Ghislaine. Her name was
Yeah. And she had big knockers.
Yeah.
We ended up in a tropical region. I don't know. It's very vague.
Yeah.
No, so then now it's getting TikTok because I'm a day late now. I had to go back.
Right.
And my lawyer was mad at me. He was like, "Why would you do that?" So I emptied my entire bank account and I bought a plane ticket.
Oh, the ice cream.
And I took a flight and spilled a Diet Coke all over myself on the flight. And I had a set when I got in at the comic strip.
Yeah.
It was the night before Caroline's.
Okay.
And so I went with my bag
Yeah.
to the comic strip. I don't know if you guys know the stories about Lucian.
Yeah.
But so
Lucian?
Lucian was the owner
I've
or
been-
the
yeah.
manager of the comic strip at the time.
Okay,
and
never
he
met
would
him.
take everybody after they auditioned for him and tell them what was wrong with their act.
Yes. I
And
thought
if they
it was
were
a different guy's name for.
and if they passed or not. So
But yeah.
I had just flown in. It was like a long 2 days. There was like a lot of emotions. And I go on, do my set. It's fine. And I get off and I'm like, I remember seeing this guy stand there and I go, "Do we get free beer?" And then he goes, "You want to come into my office?" Or he introduced himself. This is the manager of the club or whatever. And he goes, "Do you want to come into my office and we'll talk about your set?" And I go, "No, thanks." I just said no. I didn't
Hilarious.
know.
You didn't know.
I didn't know it was
Yeah.
a thing that
I'm
he
good,
did.
dude.
I go, "No, I've had a long day. I'd just rather drink my beer." And I got passed. And it
No
was
way.
only like months later that I heard people telling their like, "Well, Lucian said this to me," or that I was like, "Oh,
Wow.
that was a thing you're supposed to do."
Yeah, but
Yeah.
maybe you just came off
Hilarious.
so cool. Like, I
Yeah.
don't need that.
Cool as fuck.
No, thank you.
Dude, I was
not
on a
in the
bus.
mood.
I was on a plane. I have no money. I
Yeah.
want to drink that beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So-
really had no money. I
Oh,
had
man.
to beg the cab driver to drive
Oh, my
me
God.
for a cut rate to the
And they get so mad. Get out!
No, he was really nice
Yeah.
because I was
'Cause
like,
you were
I'm
hot.
Canadian. Oh,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah, Bonnie
Yeah.
has to look back at everything now.
Yeah.
through a
Different lens.
No,
You
you were
were
so
hot.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it was Canadian.
Yeah, I was like,
You're hot as fuck.
Yeah.
And then everyone was just giving
You're
me
still
stuff.
hot. Yeah.
And then I got passed.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
I wish I was like that now, where I just go, "Oh no, I don't want that."
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Me too. Now I'm like, I would love to come into your
Leaning
office.
into the audience. Hello, do you love me?
Hello,
Yeah.
you forgot me.
Yeah.
Banging on my hands and knees for any sort of appearance. Okay, so the set didn't go well at
So the
Caroline's.
set didn't go well, but I did stay for a few more days, and Jeff
Okay.
Sussman started managing me. I had to go back to New York. I went back on a bus, and
or to Toronto.
yeah, and I had to
On a
fulfill
bus.
some dates there that I
Okay,
already
yeah.
booked, and then I came back, and his fiance's mother or maybe it was her grandmother, I don't remember now, had just died like 6 weeks earlier, and they were looking for someone to go live in the space until they could sell the apartment. And so there was a Harlem apartment. So
lucky little duck.
I drank every single airline bottle that woman had saved over the years.
Hell yeah.
Hundreds of them. She had a nice collection. Every night I'd go in there and be like, incredible. I never had Malibu rum before.
Incredible.
I wore some of her clothes.
Hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah.
They said I could. They said that.
Oh yeah.
But she had just died. Like there was food in the
poured her
fridge.
ashes on
No
your
way.
face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Nice little stroke of luck for you.
Used her diaphragm.
Yeah.
Just the usual. Wow. And then you started hitting the clubs in New York? Or?
I got past it at every club right away. I don't know how that happened, but I just did. I know. Hi.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I was bombing like a motherfucker everywhere
This
I
bitch.
went. Yeah.
This
Everywhere I went.
bitch.
Was I one of those girls?
You were the censor this. You were the
Hilarious.
Natalie Cuomo of your time.
I remember this guy.
And so happy too.
yeah.
Just dee-dee-dee-dee.
He goes, this guy goes,
I have an apartment.
he goes, he goes, oh, where are you going? I go, comic strip. He goes, I'll give you a ride. He's on a motorcycle. So I get on the back of his motorcycle. On the way there, he starts talking to me. I can't hear him. He's like, he goes, you want to go out sometime? You know, whatever. This is
What?
Yes. I'm like, yes. Huh? And then I go, I was like, not really, but he couldn't hear me either.
Yeah.
He's like, what? So then when we stopped, he goes, well, so what about that date or whatever? And I go, oh, I just moved here and maybe, we could just be friends. He goes, I got enough friends.
That is so funny. That is,
He left me standing there just like gone.
Well, you got to ride.
that is, I love when men keep it short and to the point.
Yeah. He was like, I got enough friends.
Yeah.
I met Shane Gillis outside of Stress Factory, and he walks up to me, and I'm like, "Oh, sick! Like I'm about to talk to Shane." He walks up to me, and he's like, "So, do you have a boyfriend?" And I go, "Yeah." And he literally just turned on his heel and walked away. Oh, okay, bye.
I'll see you later.
Hilarious.
One time, I was working out, and then these two women came up to me and asked if they could get a picture. And I was, of course, like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And I even went so far as to almost, do the pose.
Yeah.
And they handed me the phone. They wanted me to take a picture of them against the backdrop of the gym.
Yeah.
They were from Italy or something.
Hell yeah.
But
Hilarious.
I went like this. They must have been like, why did she reach for it like that? I was like,
must be some American.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
it was like,
You bet.
Oh, yeah.
and you have to like hide your shame until you leave.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, I have some shameful stories. I have some shameful stories like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking,
yeah.
One time I was outside talking to someone on the phone after a show, and somebody came out and tried to talk to me. I go, I gotta go. I go, there's some fans that want to talk to me, and the guy goes, I don't know about fans. Like he corrected me.
Allie and I did a night at a club where the bartender, or I guess one of the bartenders or guy working there was like, dude, it's so good having you guys here for like a relaxing weekend or for a relaxing night before like a bunch of sellout weekends.
Oh,
just like the
my
slower
God.
vibe is like so relaxing.
Right.
Thank you guys for bringing that.
What?
Yeah.
Do they not know? They have to know that's a shitty thing to
invited
say.
No
us
problem.
to
We
hang.
brought the vibes.
They were like, they basically like,
They were like, we smoking outside.
Yeah,
He
get
gave me a
out here.
big bowl and he's like, nah, we do it outside with all the club. We do it every night. I'm like, you
They wanted us out
Jewish
there.
fella.
yeah. Jewish or shameful moments.
Yeah.
Plenty of them. Oh, listen to this. Okay, so I was at Planet Fitness once, and when I first moved to New York, my face was a little more round. Mm-hmm. And people would say I would
Never
look like,
heard anybody say it like that before.
I look like the moon with a Reba wig on.
Yeah.
Because I had shorter hair too. Huge tits just flopping around.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wear like huge sweaters, like a big Irish mom. And so this
But you don't
fucking
have
won't
huge
come
tits
off.
now. Like, how does that happen?
They're floppy. They're very,
When you
very
lose
empty.
weight,
It's like you
it
had
goes-
kids?
It's, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know at all. Like, it's like really flat. It's like, okay, so
My
you know how you
sisters are
draw
like pancakes. It's wild.
Okay, can you
Like, she has no.
yeah, mine are pancakes. It's like
Yeah.
but most
But
of my
there's
tit
no,
is
like,
on
fat
my body.
inside of them.
Yeah,
It's just literally
it's like
skin falling
it's
down.
like a Capri Sun. It's
Yeah,
too
yes.
Capri. It's really it's really sad. And
Are
then
you
like
insecure when you're?
am I insecure? Yeah, I hate my
Why don't
tits.
you go
They
get
ruin my
a
life.
little bit of juju boo boo?
Because I don't know, like, isn't that like a lot of money these days?
I
don't know what the
you
budget
can't think
is.
about money.
I know. I really
You're a
like.
superstar.
I envision myself pulling them up like within the next 3 years. So
I think
hate my
Just do it
tits. They
now.
piss me off
You
so
could
much.
Just do it right now.
And you know what? I
what
used
is
to.
it? It's like $7,000 or something.
I
I'm
know.
sure you have that.
I know.
You get tits, I'll get a BBL.
No, because that shit's fucked up.
I'm getting a full facelift
Word.
in tomorrow. In
Oh,
the next
okay.
couple of days.
Great.
No.
No.
Should we reshoot then?
Yes. So then we should-
I think I think just for our numbers purposes. I mean, like you can stay for the rest of the day, but we have someone really young
we
coming
should
in.
talk about the substance now.
Yes,
Oh
because
yeah,
this
let's talk
is
about
a
that.
good-
Speaking
Yeah.
of women aging,
Breaking
Allie and
love.
I talked about it a lot, but we didn't. We can talk about it more too.
I have to tell you, I was high.
I
out
was
of
high
my
as fuck.
skull. I was
okay.
watching this movie like, what the F is going on right now?
I was like,
Well, my biggest issue with the movie is spoilers. Can we do spoilers?
spoilers.
Yeah.
And if you
Okay.
guys don't know the movie,
Spoilers.
quick rundown: woman who's aged out of, I guess, her fucking fame industry,
Yes.
blah blah blah, gets offered a little substance where she can become a younger version of herself for a week at a time. If you go over a week, something bad happens.
Yeah.
First of all, I would like to say
Sci-fi.
that it's a false premise to begin with, because the only women that are really, really globally famous right now are over 50. I mean, it's
Yeah.
unbelievable how well
I feel like-
these women are doing when they go, oh, it's all over after 40. Not for these fucking
No.
women.
I feel like pretty
Yes,
frequently
they're, like,
I'm logging
working
onto
constantly.
Twitter and someone's being like, Selma Hayek, the fucking
Oh my God,
ultimate
she's
queen.
always on. Well, you know, Twitter loves tits. Every time I open Twitter, it's like wood, and it's like a girl with huge jumblies.
Yeah.
Like someone tweeted
She's,
the other
like,
day, like a photo.
decapitated
Someone
with
tweeted
huge
a photo
knockers.
the other day with Jazane Maxwell, huge knockers, and people tweeted like, I didn't know she had it like that. Like
Oh my God,
100,000
that's
likes.
Maybe I was too hard on her before.
So it's like her huge jumblies coming out in a bikini. No. Oh yeah, huge,
Oh, she
huge
does.
junglies.
Wow.
I want to get a boob job, and I don't want to get those tits.
Yeah.
Those specific, like
Damn.
big tits.
See,
like,
they're probably too big
huge
for,
tits. My
for
grandma had
Epstein.
tits like
he
that.
liked them. He probably liked them a lot smaller. Damn.
Speaking of, I saw Blink twice.
Oh, I saw that too.
Yeah,
I have my
speaking
issues
of-
with that. Well,
Kind of similar.
Scary movie?
Yeah.
I just think even Demi Moore, who
But
plays the
similar
lead
kinda like, what's going on
actress
here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say because we're
The-
talking about two. But
Can we do the substance first?
Yeah, duh.
No, but she's like she went out of the limelight and went right. She got right back in pretty fucking easily. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
I know.
okay.
I was
she's
like, what
one
are you,
of the most
Bonnie in
beautiful
Canada? What is going on here?
women in the world. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so that's okay. So already, it's like false premise. But I love the way they set it up, the way they made it like that Walk of Fame thing, where
Me too.
people walking around,
Me too.
loving her, and then
Me too.
not knowing who she is and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good for some shit ass movies that I've seen. I thought it was like, oh, cool. It was kind of
And they
fun.
had a
It was
different
kind of fun if you
idea.
don't give it too much thought.
for the most
Yeah.
part, but I would have loved it more if she could have enjoyed her time. Like it's almost like it was a different person. It's like I would have liked it if she knew. Like if she was like, "Oh, I don't
That's
want to go
true.
back." If it
That's-
was really her
That's why I
in
was
both
confused.
things.
At
And
first, I
it's
thought it was,
Yes,
and then I was
right.
like, "Is she in there or not?"
Like,
But
Right,
it seemed
right.
like Sue was a whole different.
Yeah, she didn't
thing.
know what Sue was
I would
doing.
have preferred the other
even.
way.
I would like it if she could still be mad about what Sue is doing
Yeah.
when she's back in her own
Yeah.
body.
Right, but
Yes.
it would be cool to show her as like maybe she's not as attractive as she used to be, but here's her full ass family.
Yeah.
Right.
Like here's her little garden she loves to be
Right,
in, or
right.
like whatever her thing is. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it didn't make sense. Why do it if it's just another person?
Exactly.
You're just laying on the floor.
Exactly. I want to be living in it.
Yes.
For the first like half of the movie, I thought that's what it was.
Yes.
But then someone said something like, "She's controlling me." So
Right,
I'm like, what?
or they
it
were
would have been way
messy
better.
and they got mad. I'm
And
like,
then you can see her.
is this about me and my daughter?
If it was her, you could have seen her get addicted to youth. In a way, they're like, "Oh wow, look at Sue! Like Sue's
right,
going
or
through
she's
it."
like
But she's just
using
like this weird robotic.
her powers of knowing who she is now in this youthful body.
And she keeps being like, and she could keep being like, starting tomorrow, I'll go back.
Right.
Like we all do with every fucking health.
Right.
Except for you, who healthy every day.
Who I'm alkaline.
No cheat days.
And,
Alkaline trio.
No, but
oh my god,
That's so good.
New pod.
pod.
I'm starting a new pod network, and this is the new next podcast on it.
We'll just be alkaline. She's got to be acid forming.
Oh, acid rock!
And
you have to wear acid jeans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah,
I will.
But we only wear alkaline jeans.
Can I do like black jeans, like splash with bleach?
Yes.
Kind of a look, huh?
Yeah.
Acid
wash.
Acid wash.
Acid wash.
All right,
So-
now you want to talk about Blink Twice? Oh,
Whoa,
and also the
well, what
end.
else? And then the end got cuckoo. But I
too
kind of liked it
cuckoo.
because I thought it was funny because
Yeah,
it was like
right.
it seemed
That
like they were
was
like, let's
insane.
go crazy. Part of me
Right.
was like, oh, you could have just done the smaller or shorter 90-minute without it get that crazy.
Right.
But it was kind of fun.
It's like a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh, and
I
like-
did like the very end where they went back to the Walk of Fame.
Me too.
When
Nice.
they went back to the fame.
Wall of Fame and she turned into a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I just would have liked it if she had known that she like. How, I don't get how she was enjoying. Why would you choose that
Because
if
I
you couldn't
guess-
enjoy the youth part of
Yeah.
it?
For sure, because
they
it's
were-
a different person, but also maybe cool to just see. I would love to spend one day in a super hot girl's body.
What would that be?
Oh my
like?
God,
See
me
what
too.
my life
Yes,
would be
yes.
like.
I think about that all the time. I would
You'd
be
be
like,
so
ooh,
mean
ooh,
so
ooh.
quick. I'd be like an asshole.
Like, fuck
so
off.
fucking fast.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm not paying for that.
It's yeah.
But
I
it
don't
would
know.
be wild because when you're hot, you probably have insecurities and you don't know. But if you are suddenly thrown into that, where you go, listen, I know what the other side is like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you know what the power is that you have.
I know. That's the power of if you were raised ugly and then turn out hot.
Right. You know what the alternative is.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard people have this conversation about where they're like very fat and then they get thin and then they get fat again, and the difference of how society
Story
treats
of my
them in
life.
those.
Yeah.
Really?
Story of my literal life. I've been every weight.
You've never been fat.
I literally have been every single weight.
Maddie lost a lot.
From 120 to 210.
Really?
Yeah. When I started comedy, I was a chunky monkey. But I'm
But
like,
you're 10, you're
I'm like
tall.
5'7",
Probably
so
not
it's
that
like I was
bad.
just like I was big, like look like
Farm girl.
like a fucking like if I was wearing lederhosen, I would look awesome. Thick. I looked like
Right.
a thick like
Big
I
tits,
like
huge
you know like if I was
And
in
so do you
theater if I
see-
was in theater I would play like the innkeeper's wife.
Oh,
you know
got
like
it,
big
got it. Right,
big
like,
busted, big
I'm making
bodied.
a fat shroof
Yeah,
right now. kind
but
of thing.
flat ass the
Yeah,
whole time.
right.
Big bodied everywhere but the ass.
Right.
Remember
You
the
got
maids
straight.
in Beauty and the Beast?
your fat
Yeah.
deposits
or the
everywhere.
maidens or whatever they were.
Yeah. So
So did society treat you different? Did
Because
you see a difference?
I saw the biggest difference when junior year of college, I lost a lot of weight on purpose.
right.
You know,
Right.
first time in your life,
You're like, okay, let
"Whoa,
me.
wait a second, I can control this.
Right.
I lost a fuck ton of weight,
Dude.
and I went back to college for junior year, and it was the first time in my life guys like outwardly flirted with me, and like, they would like neg me
Right.
in a way that I only saw other people
Right.
and buy me drinks,
Right.
and I had so much sex.
Right.
Hell yeah.
I blacked out so much, and
you
no one
weren't
ever
having
cared
that
because
much
I was
sex
so
when you were
hot. I was
big?
so
'Cause
messy.
I think like.
I was still having sex, but I think like the quality
But
of
was
men
it
went
you or
Yeah.
was it the men
be honest.
that changed?
up.
Like, did you feel more like flirty? And
I
in
think I
your
was
own-
flirty. I definitely dressed like a slut. Like when you lose a lot of weight, you start dressing like a slut.
Right.
I dress like a slut, dude. It would be like -20, and I would wear like a literal bandeau and like a tiny skirt.
And then were
Like
you
wedge-
scared
a
of like
wedge- a
gaining it back?
wedge, every day,
Yeah.
every day.
Right.
And then I did gain it back.
Right.
Then I gained in senior year. I gained
Then you get
from
depressed.
from like the start of the senior year semester to Halloween, I gained like 70 pounds.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. That's hard to do.
I mean, like, obviously,
But you
it
should,
was just, I have photos where it's like, oh, wow.
You should tell people in Hollywood how to do. They want to know.
Maybe it was like,
how do I gain all that weight in 6 weeks? Well, Maddie Smith has.
Oh, you have to lay and just eat all day.
Yeah.
Just eat all day. I would eat all day. I would go to sleep and I would wake up and eat.
Oh my God.
And drink stuff too. Drinking and eating.
And probably acid-forming things.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
eating at night though.
Oh God, there's nothing better than watching TV and snacking on chips.
There's nothing in the world.
I love getting food and then eating in front of the TV. Rich hates it. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to eat.
No.
Then watch TV. I'm like,
same time.
Yeah, sometimes I don't even want to start till we get it going.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Wait till the first credit comes up. Okay,
I love it.
And go.
Yeah. It's so fun.
And I don't stop till the minute I crawl to bed. My fat ass.
Dude, I
fucking
sleepwalk
crawling,
in
my
my sleep.
pooch hanging out like a kitten who got spayed bad. What'd you
I
say?
was just eating.
Eating.
Second snack, third snack.
Third snack. Waking up. What am I going to eat today?
Yeah.
Fucking nasty time.
Wow.
And all you have to do is think about your body. That's why COVID sucked for me. Because all you do is sit around and think about your body. And you're like, well.
Yeah. I gained
still
20
fat.
pounds during
I definitely gained 20 pounds, maybe more.
Yeah. I was up and down. But I gained a lot of weight in college, and then it took like 6 years to get off. And then it was just my body's kind of been the same. But every day I panic about the same, like 7 pounds.
Well, because
like,
the thing is that like
3 days later, I'm like,
gaining weight is obviously easy. Maintaining weight is pretty easy, actually.
It is actually. You just have to like make sure
Like
if you
one
really
day
want to
you go,
maintain, you should probably
you
like
take
step
the-
on the scale kind of frequently just to keep yourself intact, but in an
Because you don't want
objective
to
manner.
suddenly go like,
That's
oh,
my
shit.
big, because I eat a large meal and then immediately I'm like, here we go.
Here we go. Let's see what it says.
I'm like in my head, I'm like, you're on your way to being a fat bitch
really
again.
In your head,
That's what I mean. Like, if I eat a lot, I'm like, you're losing control. You're losing control.
Yes, right.
Back to Maddy in 2014.
You got to go
fat
to yourself.
60, like.
Right. You're already making it so hard for yourself because you're putting your intention on the fat person. Do you know what I mean? You're like actually forcing that.
I know.
Outcome.
Jim Thornton. I identify as a fat fucking loser.
So you got to go like nothing. I can eat anything I want. You got to constantly tell yourself.
I know.
I
try to. I'm like,
it doesn't affect me. It doesn't matter.
We're
So
it's under me to even fucking think about that. I'm like busy. I'm working.
Yes, because then you won't obsess when you start obsessing. That's
I know. That's when I eat. But that's how I am. Also. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, when you obsess over something, you can actually make it become true, and that's what you do.
Yes,
you know
that's what I do.
People that like, you ever see a woman who thinks she's pregnant? Have you ever seen those things?
Yeah, the
And
Virgin Mary.
They start looking like they're pregnant. You know?
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know
right?
what I mean? Like,
wait,
you
that's
manifest,
so weird.
Right.
You know,
right.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
You don't actually get pregnant, but your belly starts like mimicking.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Yes.
The turd chamber.
Yes, you don't actually get pregnant. You just look pregnant.
I think this happens to women in menopause too.
Yeah.
They believe that this is that as you get older, you get fatter, so they just allow themselves to get fatter.
Yeah.
But the truth of it is that your metabolism only slows a very little amount.
That's what I've heard. It slows about age 65 is when we start seeing a big dip.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Otherwise, maybe post-teenage. But anyway, you're full adulthood.
You stop doing.
Why am I the most
You
annoying
stop
person in the world?
going out. You stop doing things. You like end up.
Yes.
Most of they come home
It's
from work.
sedentary.
They sit down.
Yeah.
That's really the thing that happens.
Yeah, and a lot of people are not moving around. And they eat fucking every
people do
single
this
meal
all
is
the
like
time.
5,000 calories.
They hang around with other people in suburbia who
Are
their
fat.
lives revolve
Yes.
around food.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they go, if you go to someone's house and they offer you a cupcake or something like that, and then you go, no, they go, come on, what do you got? It eating disorder?
Yeah.
Come on.
And I
My
grip you, they're
God
like,
made it.
"That's how you stay so small."
Yeah. I know.
You gotta do it.
I fucking hated working in an office job because all these people had was food. That was
it's like insane.
Oh my God. And it's so boring, and you're like, fine, I'll have a donut for $3.
And then you just hate being there so much.
I
You
know.
go to the kitchen like 10 times a day.
I know.
To just
Oh my God. And I could
shove your
feel
fat
like
fucking
You got
plate.
Ew, and I could
people
feel
you have
like
an autoimmune
deep
disorder.
throating a fucking sandwich.
You gotta
right
fucking
next
stick
me.
to it.
Okay, yeah, let's do a segment. Bonnie with the staying skinny tips.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
she said,
Okay.
number 1, tell them you have an
Number one,
autoimmune
you
disorder.
have an autoimmune disorder.
Okay, actually not a bad idea. No
Why
one
would
fucks
you
with
tell
health.
people that?
Because if they're like, eat a donut,
And
and you're saying you don't want to.
I can't. It's
have an
not
auto-
me being a fucking crazy person. It's like my doctor
Dude,
told
I
me.
have to.
Yeah.
Fuck, my acupuncturist said.
Yeah.
Okay, tip number 2.
Always take the stairs. And tip number 3.
What
throw
is
up
this?
after every
Freaking
meal.
Oprah in 1990? What'd you say? What was the number 3?
Throw up after every meal.
Oh, and number 3, of course, throw up after a meal, and if you don't, you should cut yourself. Okay, what the hell was that?
What the heck is
that was way
going
too
on
dark.
here? Well, you know what it is we're a motivational podcast here at the
Yeah.
Madhouse.
Yeah, we're a little bit of
And,
a Tony Robbins style.
No,
over
I
here.
still want to lose weight. I don't think I'm not. I've never hit my goal weight yet
Well-
in my whole life. I got like constantly
in
working
your whole
towards
life.
it.
And what
you
if
were obviously that
It's
goal
just like
weight
my
at
hair
one
is
point.
never the style that I've been
well,
wanting. I'm always growing it out
always growing our hair out?
constantly.
Always growing your hair
I'm
out.
a work
Always
in
thinking of that
progress.
goal weight.
Yes.
Always thinking of that goal weight. Having
Still
the best.
haven't written the joke that's gonna fucking
no,
send me over the
of
top.
course. Having the best night of my life. Literally everything is great. I'm like, still not 120.
Yes. Right.
No, it's
Like, yeah, whatever, guys, go home.
Yeah.
Sit here and watch myself lose weight.
But what if you were completely
Just
satisfied?
stare in the mirror until you
what
lose
would
weight.
you?
What'd you
What
say?
would your life be like?
Maddy can't come out. She's losing weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just me for 6 months staring at myself in the mirror.
I think I make it so I could never be fully satisfied because I can't even imagine what that feels like.
Right. Yeah. What is it?
What the hell? All right, then why keep working?
That's where, yeah, so I get into this wind of these thoughts over and over. Sabotage versus, oh, what is it all for?
You gotta choose your thoughts, man. Your thoughts choose your life. But it is interesting
But
to
are
think
they?
about that there's certain things in your life, obviously, that you don't have hangups about, and those parts of your life work out really well. Like,
Right.
obviously, you don't have a hang up about, like, being funny or going on stage. Like a lot of people,
Yeah,
that
what's
would
that
be
about?
scary as hell to
Right.
do what you do on Wild and Out,
Right.
right?
True, yeah.
Like, even to do that audition, I'm sure
Right.
was super scary.
It was pretty scary.
Was it scary for
I
you?
was nervous, yeah.
Yeah. But
a lot of
then you did it
adrenaline.
and it was fine, and
Yeah.
you have no issues with that. That's not a part of your.
True.
You're
But
not
then
scared
sometimes I
about
wonder,
what people are going to
could I
say
do that
about
now?
you.
I wonder, could I do that now? Because
Audition.
back then I
That's-
was like, ooh, and now I'm like, ooh.
See, that's the way I was.
I feel like
too.
more
I was
nervous
like,
now.
I just gotta get to New York and do a show. And,
that's funny.
yeah, I didn't have hang-ups about it.
And now I'm like, oh, I'm
It's
33.
like the more you know, right? But that's you.
Right.
That's you doing it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Do you know
you're-
what I'm saying? It's like.
Yeah, no one's saying that. Except for your freak ass. Oh, never mind.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Someone
And my brain,
we
and
have
my
to-
brain, and my brain. I'm really mean to myself in my head. And then I'm like, you're too hard on yourself. But then I'm like, it was too hard on myself to say I was too hard on myself.
Right. No, that's the cycle though too. You're
Yeah.
like, God,
It's
stop
spiral.
beating up on yourself. Jesus, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
That you fucking beat up on yourself,
Yeah.
you fucking
Yeah.
loser.
It's like 10 bitches back there
Yes.
arguing over
And
how to
then
direct
another one
things.
jumps in. No, you shut up.
No, you
no,
shut up.
you.
And then someone in the back with a ciggy. Let me speak.
Girls,
And he's like, you need to sleep. She needs to sleep. I'm like, you're right.
you're old. Go to bed.
16 hours.
Yeah. Or I have like military dads in my head. They're like, look at what these other guys are doing out here.
Oh, I know.
Get up.
I definitely have like you're lazy.
Yeah,
constantly
lazy. You're lazy.
running
Yeah.
through there. But then I really did come to terms with it where I'm like, well, I'm doing fine. Like my daughter goes to me, she goes, I go, it's my money. We were having an argument. I go, it's my money. That's an argument people have with their teenagers or whatever. And she
Yeah.
goes, I go, I work hard for that money. She goes, you lay around with your computer.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. owned.
But then I was like,
Yeah.
Raina.
I do.
Funny.
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
write that
I
down.
fucking,
Yeah.
I did pretty well.
Yeah, I know.
Just
Yeah.
laying around.
You're
on
not
my
even
fucking
mad at her for
computer.
And look at
saying it 'cause
me.
you're
I
like,
started to get
"Damn,
proud
you're
of
right."
myself.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
You were
I don't even have a
Yeah, I
desk,
do, bitch.
man. I just
You
lay
wish.
in my bed.
You should fucking think about what you're gonna do
were
when you
trying
grow
to
up.
palm me with your little paw, but I
Yeah.
was like, hell yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, may you be so lucky, my darling.
Yeah, seriously.
But we all chose. But that's the thing that's crazy is like when I look back on the young me starting in this business, I go, fuck, thank you. Because I
Yeah.
go, I could have been, you could have had a job you hated. You
I
might
know.
be living you might have gotten rich or whatever, doing something else, but you'd be at a job that you hated. Like, it's so crazy to me that without knowing anything,
I know.
this person chose this life for me. And it's like,
cr-
I know it sounds crazy. I might even start crying, but I'm so grateful.
You should start crying. That would be great
I'm
for our
so
views. Clip,
grateful.
clip, 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 clip. Bonnie's crying.
I mean, there's other choices
No,
that
it is
I'm
true.
kind
It's
of
true.
pissed
It's true.
about,
It's true.
but not
It's
this
true.
one.
It's true. Yeah, you
Like
had to
you-
lean into that.
Like you did something nice for yourself.
I know. Think about that.
Yeah. Think
Yeah.
about that.
Think about freaking that.
It's crazy.
You
This
built-
isn't going to
and-
be shown anywhere.
And look at all
It's
this.
crazy.
No,
I'm
dude.
such a crazy person.
Only
No.
gaypeople.com.
Like, she's a fucking.
Not at all.
But I do think
Yeah,
about
not at all.
like
We're chilling.
we didn't have to become like that's a scary
I
thing
know,
to do.
it
and
is
we just
scary.
went like I guess
We
I'll
don't
just
give
do
ourselves
it.
enough credit
Yeah.
for fucking doing that.
For having the
Obviously, now that there's
balls.
3,000 comedians, maybe that's why I'm like, who am I?
Yeah, yeah.
Because when you can see every comedian at once, you get really into like, well, what's the value of what I'm putting out there? Whereas when I started, I was like, I'm Maddy.
Right, but
I was
that,
like
you
more
got to get
in my
back
element.
to that.
I feel. I know. I try to before I go on stage. I'm like, remember why you started.
Well, I do
And
have
then
a
Big Maddy comes
theory
out.
about comedians that when I see a lot of comedians start, especially if they're good, the audience doesn't really like them because they're interesting and they're original and
Yeah.
they're really being themselves.
Yeah.
And you go, wow, this person's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Like you can see it in them. And then you come back a couple months later, a year later, and they're like hacky as hell. And, terrible. And you go, what happened? They go, oh, what happened is that they started seeing other people doing well.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so they wanted to get in on that.
Right.
And they didn't try, and they
Yeah.
weren't good enough yet to like supply the audience with their point of view
Yeah.
and make it work.
So they went.
So they pivoted and became shitty. But then that's what, in a way, we all do it. And then you're just trying to get back to
Yes.
that person. And then one day
know.
you're going to be like, I'm good enough to do the thing I started off
I know.
wanting to do.
I know. I feel like when I own it on stage more, I feel like I'm putting on such a better show too.
Because you got to not care about doing well. That's not your job.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
not your job.
Yeah.
Your job is to be as close to who you really are as you can be.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I fear more is how I'll feel about myself on the other side of a bad set because I'm so mean to myself.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Or like the same
I'm
thing with
really
like
mean.
weight gain. If I'm fucking big tomorrow, I'm gonna fucking hate myself.
What do you mean?
I'm like prepping for like how I'll talk to myself the next day.
If you bomb? Yeah. But if you bomb, this is the
I'm like, great,
problem
now
is
you have
that
to
you're
fly home and
probably
sit
going
in a-
to bomb whether you're doing the thing that you want to do or not.
Right.
You're not going to, it's probably not going to work out even if you, so when I do a shitty room, I used to like, I'd be like, well, I'm going to drive home in a shitty mood either way. Either way, I'm going to either go hacky and get the crowd
Right.
or
I
I'm
know.
going to do what I want to
gonna
do
do what I
and
wanna do.
bomb. Either way, I'm going to be
Right.
horribly upset when I get in that car
Right.
with who I am.
Yeah. So let's move forward a little bit.
So when you do the thing that you want to do and you bomb, at least you have that thing.
Right.
And at least you think, oh, if my favorite comedian walked in, seeing me do this cool joke that I like, even though the audience didn't like it, then
He would walk right
I would
out.
be proud of that.
Yeah.
No, but I would be more proud.
Yes,
it would
yes,
be
yes.
way more
Yeah.
embarrassing for that person to walk in and you doing some fucking hacky crowd work.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Right.
Bombing on asking someone like, so how long you guys been together?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I do
That'd be
that.
crazy.
Well, no,
yeah,
but I
that'd be
mean,
crazy if someone did that. It's like the Crystalia clip. Crystalia clip about when he finds out Snapchat can be saved.
Oh my
On
God.
the
I love
podcast,
that.
he's like,
So incredible.
Wait,
Doing the mental math.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
So
is
I saw
the
Blink
greatest.
twice. I saw Blink twice.
Okay,
I saw
yeah.
Blink twice. A little dark.
You saw it twice?
Oh
No.
Oh!
Oh, okay, sorry.
I saw Blink twice.
Did you guys see Blink?
I was like, damn.
Yeah, I saw Blink twice.
I didn't even get the invite to once.
Um,
Cold
Smile
world,
2.
no blanket.
Smile 2 is
I
out. Smile 2.
feel like
Shout out.
it was good filmmaking.
Yeah.
But not. It didn't really mean anything to me.
Yeah, it definitely had like the modern filmmaking color on it, kind of like
Yeah.
that Netflix movie vibes.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like it was.
looked
It
very
had
green.
real shades of Get Out.
yeah, I was gonna say Get Out,
Like,
and
where you're like, oh, but the thing is, Get Out had such a thematic thing. It had such a weight to it, really, even though it was funny and weird and scary.
yeah, it definitely felt like a shallow version of it.
That felt
A
like
little
I
bit-
was like,
a
well,
little
what
bit
exactly
copycat.
are you trying to say?
And there was also like
What was
language.
it trying
There's
to
also
say?
language in it that was a little on the nose.
right. Well, like
Yeah.
Like, too obvious.
They were.
Right.
I think they were trying to be tongue in cheek about like women and speaking out about it.
right.
So she's like, "Well, I can't tell him because then I'll turn into a bit, and then a bit,
Oh,
and then,
right,
and then
right,
the
right.
repercussions will be." And it
Well,
was very like,
I think that's like an interesting
'cause
thing
all
that I
women
see
know
in
that,
movies
right?
all the
Like-
time, where because we're comedians, we
Not-
have like
right.
we see it so much. Like there's so many things that we see all the time,
Yeah.
or hear all the time that we go that rings like false to us or
right.
Yeah.
like hacky. But
Yeah.
then in movies, they're like, this is brilliant.
I know. I'm like,
But
okay.
Maddie, that script, remember?
yeah. We did. I did an audition for a show, and I had to be like,
What?
I was like, is it gonna be expensive? Because like, I'm broke as shit.
That's pretty good.
Thanks. It was for Slut number 2.
Oh,
Slut twice. Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz broke up.
I know.
Splits.
So,
Zoe Krav splits.
when did they break up though? Because she was like, "Oh, we got the movie coming
know.
out.
What's
We
that
don't wanna-"
about? And now
so it's like
what's-
they probably
now
broke
what's
up a
up?
year ago
All
and
right, I
had to
know.
wait it out.
And yet he posted that photo of her in,
Right.
in his lap.
Oh.
Whenever two people
Like a little
break up,
baby.
I remember those
I remember.
fucking
That
posts.
photo was like literally 2 months ago.
I
And
remember
now
when you
all
were
the
like,
fucking.
Oh no, that's all been like, okay,
yeah,
on
it's
this
all
date you
someone's
post
running.
this, on this date you post that.
And then it all gets released, PR.
Yeah.
And then fucking all the rental for the movie is now down to $5. It was $19 until they.
Oh, now
So
that
they
broke
probably
up-
at the
they
same
know
time-
they knew they were like,
Yeah, they were like,
when it goes
okay.
down to $5, we'll break up.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Fool asses.
Right.
Fool
right.
me.
We gotta wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
you only
no,
know
it's
Channing and I
all-
followed each other on Insta.
What?
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. He
Why?
followed me. I
Was
was like, okay, bitch.
Wow.
I think I was super drunk when I saw it. I was like, yo, should I send him a video? It was like
Wait,
2
you-
Octobers ago.
What was the video that made him follow
Probably
you?
some wild and out shit. Probably some wild and out shit.
Damn.
My wild and out stuff goes crazy, and then my stand up is like,
The
It
people
is
are
hard
like,
to follow that though because
it
it's
is.
like
It's so loud. It's
Yes.
so quick. It's so
Yeah,
like
right.
a white woman telling a black dude like he can't get hard.
Yes, yes.
Duh.
It's like so brave.
You're saying something.
I
When
know,
you say
I
something
know.
funny, you have a little hype team behind you.
I know
Right.
it is just colorful. We're in matching outfits, makeup, ponytail.
Right, then you're
Then my stand up, I'm like,
the sound is slightly off.
yeah, I'm like, there's like a glitch in the clip. I'm like, come see me this weekend. I don't know how to professionalize my.
Now, what about a special? Are you doing
I'm gonna
that?
film one this coming year.
Oh, okay. Where are you doing that?
Well, I was gonna do it at Buffalo, but then I decided to work with 800-pound gorilla.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
I
So
think
they
that's
said,
good.
let's fucking rock.
And they're doing a lot of.
They're doing a lot.
like little TV or not TV, but like
They're doing
YouTube shows.
They're
and
doing YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're good with a little marketing team.
Yeah.
Who can help me
Yeah.
like with so Maddie, on February 9th, you're gonna
Yeah.
and then on February 12th, you do the second trailer. And then
Mm-hmm.
we'll do the thumbnail.
Well, here's the thing that's good for
Because
you
I can't do
is
that.
you have
At
a
first,
lot
I was
of
going to do it on my
followers.
own,
It's
and
a
then I was
lot
like
to-
panicking,
And
thinking
you
about
can get
Yeah,
on a
it's so
lot
much-
of podcasts.
right. I think it would be good to just have something out there. You know, I'm ready. I'm ready. It was like this
Yeah.
summer. I was like on stage. I was like, oh, let's film more special.
Yeah.
It's so
It's
funny when
time.
I wrote a book called "You're Better Than Me," and
Right. And shout out.
and
Goodreads, 5 out of 5.
The
It was
marketing.
the only Goodreads book with a 5 out of 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wait, I was wait.
I thought she was serious too. I believed her.
I was just making a Goodreads book
I think
joke.
it's a 4.5.
No, you kind of, how you'll pull up like the Quran on Goodreads. It's like 3.8.
Ending could have been better.
Yeah, the Bible 4.1. I'm like, what?
No, but when they did the marketing, and they had a publicist for me and stuff, and it's so funny because then it's like they're like saying all these things, and you're like, oh, I'll just email him, I'll just call him, I'll just text him. It's like everybody.
I know.
That
That's the thing.
It's way beyond what they could get for you.
I know. They're like, so we'll probably try to hook you up with a Vulture article.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, wow, internet media.
Yeah.
Thanks, a website.
Yeah.
Link in bio if you want to read about me.
Right.
Oh my God.
Maddie Smith was born in...
Just had an anniversary with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And posted this article that you can tell that he wrote and submitted.
Really?
That's how it read to me. It was very much
Oh
like...
my God, I love that.
It was very much like, you know how you fixate on like you're like, oh, did Brad and Angelina Jolie break up?
And so he had an article out about him and his girlfriend?
His girlfriend.
Because she's a manager.
Their little their little relationship and these
I don't
dumb
know
little...
who
I'm
he
like,
is.
bitch, you wrote this.
What's his name?
He's tall and like... He got in and said, and immediately said, I'm going to make a couple phone calls.
I'm just gonna make
That's
a bunch
him.
of calls.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
what
definitely-
sucks is
I
like,
do know who he is.
He's on like
Okay,
every
yeah.
show all the time.
like,
But he's also like, I don't know him at all. Maybe he's a really nice guy. I'm only going by what you're saying. But he's like, when you look at his clips, he's always like, I'm super woke and nice
Yes.
and kind.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yes.
what we're talking about outside. It's like they pick a side and then they don't. That's not necessarily the true
it's crazy.
side.
Yeah.
the kind people freak me out except for like Nate Bargatze.
He's a
seems
little
cool.
freak ass, but it's just weird.
He's
when
clean
you,
actually, but not kind, I think.
Right.
Because he kind of shits on people in his act, but is clean about it,
I think
right?
yeah, he would definitely.
I'm trying to think of like outwardly kind people.
Yeah, I feel like they're overcompensating.
They are
or people that play
where
up
they're
that like, I'm a great time, like you know who.
Well,
I'm a little party animal.
oh, yeah, she plays up like party goblin. What does she say?
Yeah, like just like
But
the,
she's had. I like her. She's had a few little incidences though where people have come for her.
Yeah.
But I also started thinking later in life, like I think she's on the spectrum or something. There's something that's not quite.
She reminds me of my aunt who's gay but has not come out of the closet.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
she doesn't have
She's
normal
pretty butch.
energy. Kind
Yes,
of
right,
kind of
right.
similar to, we might have to bleep out some names, but like maybe sometimes like
Right.
very like if they have something to talk about, boom boom boom.
Right.
Otherwise like really awkward.
definitely
right,
bleep
right.
out that name.
Yeah. Actually all of it. Anyway. But
Cut
yeah,
the whole
she has autistic vibes or
Yes.
spectrum-y vibes, like not normal in a way.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But also, like, it's so weird when you start to see, like, the women that do very well a lot of the time. Not all of them, but she's still playing for the patriarchy.
Yes.
Do you know what I
and
mean?
she
Yeah.
thinks she's
And
being...
then men are like, that one's good. There's another woman who just got a Netflix special. We should cut out her name. But she's definitely playing for the patriarchy. And all these guys are like, she's one of the greatest writers we have.
know.
You're
It's like, what are you talking
That's because
about?
she's making fun of women in her whole set.
Yes.
It is still, you're still really, like, you still really have to appease the fucking
Yeah, because they're the ones
patriarchal
buying
gods.
tickets.
Dude,
Yes,
I think about this every
absolutely.
single
But
day.
it's not
Who is
just that.
historically fans of comedy? Men.
Men.
Who's mostly does comedy? Men. So who are you going to want to get to come out to your shows? Men.
Men.
No,
then
but-
men
but-
and their
but it's
girlfriends. Then
even-
the girls will come out.
It's even deeper than that because it's basically comedy has been curating this one audience
Yes.
for 100 years.
Years.
Which is,
Shakespeare.
yes, which is William
back.
Tell. No. Who do they say is the first comedian? It's like a writer. What's his
Oh, fucking Mark Twain.
Mark Twain. He's
The OG.
Yes, he's the first.
The OG observational
first
comedian.
comedian, yeah. But no, but so then it's like I think people I meet people all the time that go, I don't like comedy.
Yeah.
Because that's what they see. That's what they go to a comedy club. 5 out of the 6 comedians are doing that. And the reason they're doing that, and even I do it, I'm very good at playing to the patriarchy because that's what gets the laughs. So I walk a fine line of being ironic.
Me too.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, because also if you don't appease the patriarchal gods and you go on stage and you don't do well in that particular audience, they go, not funny, and they don't book you again.
I know.
So then it's like it's a really, that's why you don't see gay. You didn't see like gay guy comics a lot. You didn't see women a lot. You didn't see like Asian comics a lot, because it's like you have to be paying the price.
I know.
To be up there.
I know.
And so did you have to pay a fucking heavy price. Like comics that started doing very, very well when they made fun of their immigrant parents.
Right.
And basically they're just doing what white guys could no longer do.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're paying a heavy price because
They're making the racist joke.
They're making the racist
white
jokes.
guy.
Yes.
They're doing Apu.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Apu can't.
Right.
Yes, right. They're doing that voice of their mom or their dad or whatever. Right.
I should do my mom and then just go full Indian accent.
Yes.
So I saw my mom this weekend, and immediately she's like, Madeline, you need to eat less of water. I'm like, Mom, seriously, chill out.
But you might be able to pass.
in the crock pot.
I might believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's an album,
He's
you know.
very good at voices.
Like
Oh, stop, Allie.
your dad's just a very pale white guy. What?
Yeah, and then my mom is like,
Yeah,
you know,
you're-
Bangladeshi.
Yeah.
And I came out very pale.
Yeah.
My dad had the dominant gene.
My mom's a hoe from Long Island.
Uh-oh.
So
But
She's
and then
from-
this always like bugs me too about like when, because it's such, the comedy now is very like, it is harder, I think, for you to find your audience because it's not so specific.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas if
Yeah.
you were an Indian woman, you'd have a much
Oh my God, yeah.
more specific audience
Totally.
to try to target. So it's very identity
It
based
is.
comedy is. But then I
That's
think
why you see people faking autism. Because
right, yes, absolutely, because they're like, I'm the
Absolutely.
autistic comic.
So then you got
I'm the-
me having existential thought. Oh, what's my identity?
like, what is your? Well,
What am
your
I-
identity has
What
to
am I,
be.
Camus?
You're a reader, clearly, with these books.
Art.
Where you just talk about books.
Yeah, doesn't that freak you out how some people can have a huge ass?
Well, Gary Goldman did it with depression.
Right. Well, I'm not that into like mental shit.
No, but I'm just saying.
No, I
like,
know,
There's,
but
there's
people seem to need.
but people run out. I see like the like so, you know, with the immigrant parents or whatever, they start going like, yeah, you know, you got immigrant parents when you got to like get the last of the conditioner out of the bottle or you rinse it around. You get it out. You're like, no, everyone does that.
That's literally.
It drives me nuts. It's like
Look at Caroline. She's related to a Kennedy, and she's saying,
but you know what I mean?
That was a
They
joke.
start doing stuff where you're like, no, that's not. Well, did you rinse out a baggy and put it back? It's like that's just being
Store-bought.
poor, you know,
a human
right?
or store brand stuff.
Right. They start running out. They start doing stuff where you're like,
Yeah, I know.
that's not. That doesn't.
Bitch.
That doesn't mean you came directly from Ireland, all right?
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah, just because you prayed every day on a rug at 4 p.m.
That doesn't have anything to do.
I did that too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about that as well, but I don't remember about them talking about their parents. Them.
Right.
Those people.
My mom's like, why? When you go to the studio, are you still? Do you see Caroline? And I'm seething. My face is bright red by the time the sentence gets out.
Well, yeah, because she takes so.
She
fucking
takes
long.
long, but it basically is rooted in that. Like she
Sometimes
pisses
you're
me
talking
off.
to someone that you don't want to be talking to, and they're doing that. Don't
Yeah.
you just want to scream? You're wasting the gift that I'm giving you, which is my time, and you gotta spit it the fuck out.
You want to pull it out of their mouths.
spit it.
I'm going to be
out.
team mom on
Yeah.
this one, but
I know. I forget we have a mom in the building.
yeah.
God, everyone has kids these days.
yes, 17. I have a 17-year-old.
Really?
And
that is fucked up.
yeah, she drives.
Really?
Wait, that
Yeah.
seems
Yeah, you got her a
so
car for her
weird.
birthday.
Yeah,
You got her a car for her birthday.
I did. And
That's fire.
But here's the thing: she gets mad at me everything I say, every question. So sometimes I'll
Yes.
be like,
yeah, I was there.
I'll be like, hey, what are you doing after school? Are you going to McDonald's? Because a lot of times, or Taco Bell,
Yeah,
or
some
whatever.
sort of shit like that.
And she'll be like, why would I go to Taco Bell today when, you know what I mean? Like, it's something that I'm supposed to know.
Oh, I was always
It's
like that with my
always
mom.
like, I can't get it right. I'll try to like really listen and really, oh, are you wearing is it pink out tonight? Pink out, Mom, who would call it that?
You
It's like, do you all wear pink? Yes, we all wear pink tonight, but we're not calling it pink out, or whatever. You're
you
like,
are humiliating me.
yes, it's like insane. It's like,
You're like, damn, damn this bitch ass.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do that to your mom?
My mom is amazing.
So
you did not do that
did
to
you?
me.
No,
Yeah,
I
did
was
you
an
have
asshole.
hormones
I'm sure I was
raging
an
through
asshole.
you? Because I feel like the mother fucking is like.
The mom takes the whole fucking ball of wax
for
all
some
the time.
like flipped a switch the minute I turned 13. I was like, "You're the devil.
yeah.
You are the devil."
It has to be that way so that you can separate. Do you know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
true. It like a little
Like you have to, like
animalistic
at some point you have
instinct.
to, I have to want to kick her out of the nest and she has to want to go.
Yeah.
That's so true. Get
Otherwise, you
out.
end up- right.
Yes. That's
Right.
so true. Yeah, because when I went to college, I was like, "Fuck you, hoe." My mom cried. I was like, "You hate me."
Oh my God, people, yeah, I know. It's like, that's, if I say anything to her, she goes, why do you hate me? I always go, I dislike you.
Yeah, huge difference, bitch.
Big
Eat your
old-
dinner. Oh, the mother wound grows and it shrinks day by day.
Well, this is the thing that I think, like, am I fucking her up? Like, you're constantly thinking that because you get mad at them,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
But then you're
yeah.
like, am I? So I always like force it's amazing that you can't do this in a relationship. Like, you couldn't do it with someone
Well, unless you date a
that
child.
didn't come out of your vagina, but
Technically, there's some places where people
technically
do.
Rich came out of my vagina.
Yeah. Some people are dating their kids.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But
You ever
because
scroll on TikTok too long and you're like, "Fun facts about us. He's
Right.
my dad."
oh my God.
It's technically
Ew.
legal here. And you're like, "Oh, I gotta go to bed,"
Yeah.
Oh.
but I'm intrigued.
You've reached the strange corner.
You go to their
of
page, their bio is like, "I'm dating my dad."
No, come on.
You ever get sucked into someone like someone's weird
No.
shit and you go to their page and it's like their whole
It's
brand
just
is
made
like
up. That's illegal.
right.
You can't.
Yeah, I
be
know.
Posting that.
I don't know what's going on out there. Someone was out there dating their parents.
No.
Fucking-
Nasty vibes.
Oh, I saw some shit about a girl who like her dad came back later in life and they started dating.
Ew.
Well, I saw this thing where it's like,
That's not a date. That's just.
oh, but that happens all the time. Like if the abandoned parent,
Yes.
because what happens is that there is a strong connection, and then they misread that connection as sexual or something.
I don't know. I haven't seen my mom in 10 years, and I do not think I'd be trying to fuck her if
Word.
I saw
Yeah.
her tomorrow.
Word. You never
You never know.
a couple martinis.
She has
Hey, mama,
huge
get over here.
knockers.
Yeah, Allie's mom has big ding dongs.
Giant fucking
Yeah.
tits.
Well,
Yeah.
well, you never know.
You never know.
Cut to like 3 podcasts from now. Well, I said I'd never do it.
And here I am, still daydreaming about one night with my mother.
You know what they say? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Hey. The gala apple.
But I saw this thing where I was like, you should hug your kid until they pull away.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that you're like,
Yeah.
you're healing some wounds there.
Right.
But my kid would not pull away, and I was like, I gotta go.
I
I
gotta
gotta
get
go.
her
I
out.
gotta do stuff. I was
She's
like
too
for
latched,
an
yeah.
hour. It's like,
Yeah.
is this bitch gonna fucking pull away or what? I had to be like, get out of here.
Getting
Get out,
hungry.
get out, go.
Aren't you
on.
hungry?
Go, run.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Don't you see? Go.
Oh, please.
Make me wonder where you are.
We don't need your hair, see? Is she gonna go to college?
Yes, she's so smart.
Is she gonna go to college around
Rena's
here?
smart as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna. I don't know. She applied to a bunch of colleges. She wanted to go to NYU, but well,
Timothy Chalamet.
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot
It
of
is a lot
money.
of money.
It's a lot. Colleges are getting crazy.
Oh my God, we put so much money away. We put it we thought we put like at least 2 years of college fund in an
Yeah.
account for her, and then we're like, I hope that's 1 year.
Book.
No way.
It's up there,
It
dude.
is so
That's
expensive.
nutty.
But she'll get a scholarship and she'll get
Yeah.
a loan, so it'll be
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, just throw it on the loans, dude.
Throw it on the loans.
That's
Fuck
why I
her
was
up
like,
a little bit.
throw it on the tab.
We're all.
Then I was
pay off your loans.
Well, interestingly, you ask. I was slamming on my mom for a second, but she is the reason I am debt-free as of last week.
Why, she paid off your loans?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really
Pretty
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
She pulled through.
See, that's the thing, is that like money doesn't really speak to kids that much.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Raina is like, she just sucks all my, it's like a vacuum, just sucks all. You know what I think of her? Like, you know, in Vegas when you go to put $1 in, it goes like it sucks it
fast.
so fast.
Yeah.
Fat, like a
her.
shop vac.
That's her. It's like,
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it just
Totally.
comes out. It's just gone, and
Yeah.
and she just. I'm like she'll be like, well, let's go to Target. Like $400 later, I'm like, I'm not buying $10 face cream or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, get mad or whatever.
Yeah,
And I'll be like,
always.
I just spent $400 on you. Who cares?
Right.
Whatever. You're rich. She always tells me I'm rich, which I
Oh.
like.
Right.
Yeah,
I know.
because it's like compliments again.
You're like,
I know.
I go, it's my money.
Not yours. And I just got it. So fuck you. I get to enjoy it
Oh,
first.
and I go, I always tell her about like my childhood. She goes, I can't help it that you were born poor.
Dude,
Get like me.
Good
Get-
point.
Yeah.
True that.
True that.
Well, you know, my mom married this guy, Skip. So he was rich. So that's how she was able to pay my
a
loans.
grown man was still going by the
That's
name
what I
Skip.
said.
Skip.
That's what I said. In my set, I say I'm not calling him Skip. He's rich. I'll call him Daddy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
But he was rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
He
so
told
then
my
you
mom.
started to feel it.
He told my mom when they started dating, I want you to retire and travel the world with me.
And so did they?
They are out every fucking week.
Yeah.
Wow.
They just went
She's
to
on
along.
tour. They're on tour.
They're on tours. They're like, we're in Scandinavia. Where are you?
Wow.
They did a Viking
Are
cruise.
you're the only child?
I have an older sister.
Oh,
She's 4
okay.
years older.
And what
They
does
helped
she
her
do?
pay for a new house. She's a nurse.
Oh, okay.
She bought a house in Rochester.
So she paid off your loans
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and buy your sister a house.
So now I'm trying to manifest like a little fund of sorts. Because Skip keeps saying to me and Emily, like,
Does Skip have kids otherwise?
no kids.
Oh, this is it.
No kids. And Skip keeps saying to Emily, we want you guys to enjoy some of our riches now. Obviously, you're in the will, but we want some. So I think,
Was he's like millions?
yeah.
Wow.
Like they renovated their house, like
That
a
is
kitchen.
such, that's the gift of money. It's not the actual spending of the money right
Yeah.
in this moment, because you have money to spend in this moment.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the like not having to worry so
Exactly.
like desperately about the future.
Exactly.
It's
like you can take risks in life.
Exactly. My sister and I were like, we shouldn't be paying rent or mortgage. They should be doing that. Pull through, bitch. I should face no. There should be no bills.
They immediately
If- 'cause
become
she's like-
entitled
she's-
fucking
yeah, I
rich
know. I'm like,
kids.
get out. She spends money. I'm like, that's my money.
Okay, Sarah and Aaron Foster.
I'm looking up the price of fucking Viking cruises. I'm like, oh, you had to get the silver loans.
But you should. But you really should. You should just spend your money. You have a net, a safety net.
Right.
Instead
Oh yeah.
of- you
Well,
sh-
no, I know. Listen to this. They renovated their house. They got a big fucking house, big house with an indoor pool. They
Yeah.
renovated the whole house, and there was like 150K
An
renovation.
indoor pool. I mean, that is
That's
I know.
nuts.
that's wealth.
That's nuts.
But it's like a pool from like the 70s. It
I
looks like
don't
a recreation
care.
center. I know,
You tell
but still.
somebody you got
Hot tub
we
sauna.
have an indoor pool and a
I know.
tennis court.
Nutty.
She likes to
you're
tell
like,
people. She's like, come over and swim.
shit. Indoors.
No. And she said this renovation was 150K. And she said Skip made his money back in 3 days because of how well yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So it doesn't even matter.
Can't
She's
even
like,
imagine.
she said Skip will be like, you need to spend more money because we're not spending enough. Because
Right, you're probably some kind of
So I'm
fucking
like-
tax write-off.
So
So
I
buy
manifest.
yourself a fucking.
But I think she's towing into it. I think she thought maybe Emily and I are too proud to take money because
yeah.
it's been 30 years
And it's
without
like,
anything.
Right.
Guess
no,
what?
no,
I know.
no.
I'm not, bitch.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to the mall and you're like, you don't buy anything for an hour,
Right.
and then you buy one thing, and then it's
Yeah.
like $9,000 later.
Later,
Yes.
it's just pulling that
It's just like,
first
boom.
fucking, yeah.
Yes.
You
So-
either go nothing or you get
Yes.
millions of
Now
items.
you're like,
yes.
yeah.
So
and
I'm
that and that and that
and that
and that.
and that.
Once you're in the spending mode, you go.
I know.
Do it.
Well, I'm waiting for
You know what you gotta do? You gotta
suck him off. When she goes, I'll step in.
Yeah. you better.
Yeah.
take a 5-star vacation.
Okay.
You fly first
On
class
who? Skips
somewhere.
money?
Yes.
I don't have the money yet.
Well,
I'm waiting for the fund to open. The Maddie Smith Fund.
When is it happening?
I'm trying to manifest one because my mom finally paid off my loans, which was a big thing. I'm like, so now she feels comfortable with, like
the money.
Because I think in her head they're like,
Tell him
we're
you
like
want to
Miss
start
Independent.
a production company.
That's what I was gonna pitch to him
then use
over
it
Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you gonna call it?
Madhouse Productions.
That sounds famous already.
Yeah.
I know, doesn't it?
I think it's probably already used.
Fuck yeah!
There's got to be a Madhouse Productions.
Okay,
already.
I'll buy it. Or add a D, like Todd Barry said, to add a D to make it like Madhouse.
Oh.
Like because of my name.
Maddy House.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
That's fucking sick.
We'll go back to the drawing board on that one.
Madhouse. I like Madhouse Productions.
Me too, but
Yeah.
Ryan's giving me the.
What?
We can buy them out.
Why? Who's got it?
Yeah.
Look it up at some point. Here it is.
Yeah. Oh, I say probably if I can.
See, the thing is, that's one word. We would be 2 words.
Look, you can have the same name as another production company. You just got to use pictures or something. But if it's like somebody famous,
I'm feeling Madhouse to me sounds like Safdie
it's
Brothers. Like,
yeah.
Let's rock. Like, is that a Madhouse movie?
So it's Madhouse
yeah.
Inc. Madhouse Inc. You're not going
Okay.
Madhouse Inc.
I'm not doing Madhouse. I'm doing
Madhouse
Madhouse.
Productions. Your first,
Perhaps documentaries.
Your first documentary is
My
Women Are
Mom.
Funny Too.
Exactly.
Come on, let's do it.
Women
We should
aren't
actually
funny
do,
twice.
Though, like a documentary about how important comedians are in society right now.
Yeah.
It's so great. Like
I know. I was thinking that, and I was thinking the other day, like, why am I not in this zeitgeist? All I do is watch from afar.
Right.
I'm like, damn, Tony Hinchcliffe's on MAGA.
because Tony Hinchcliffe doesn't care.
I know.
If people are mean or mad at him.
I know.
That would be a good documentary to make.
It would be
About
amazing.
what? About comedians.
Because
Yeah.
all you'd have to do is like do a little bit of a profile on how Tony Hinchcliffe got to where he was. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I know.
Are you
He's
kidding
like,
me?
for
He wrote
30
on one
years,
roast.
I was in
And he's
Ohio. For 10 years, I was in LA. Now
I had a car that
I'm
had
in
like
Texas. I
he had
slept
like a-
in the behind the Comedy Store in my car.
Yeah.
I used to do this thing called Skankfest.
In my car. Give it up,
I
though.
mean-
I know who I'm voting for.
You make him sound like he's like a stroke victim.
I know who I'm voting for. Anywho, I feel like we exclused enough, right?
Yeah, we're at like a little.
Oh, let's
Hey.
wrap.
Jesus, I gotta go.
That's a wrap on Bonnie. Thanks, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming into Madhouse Production.